Welcome, everybody. My name is Marty DeGarmo. I'm here with a few people, and hundreds are participating. Today, we're going to introduce to you a business that for the first time in the history of online or even offline, a business that anyone can do. It was designed from the bottom up for the high percentage of 97 or even higher percent of people that come online and never make a dime. I've been working online for many years, since 2004. Most of those years were pretty slim and had some problems, jumped from one shiny object to the other, and there was many reasons. From mainly, I didn't know how to drive traffic. I didn't have the skills to learn how. I didn't know how to market at all. I didn't have an autoresponder. I had none of that. Well, as time went on, I did learn how to market, and I said, wow, it was harder than I thought. Years went by before I got any kind of skills, and then finally, I met up with Dan and Mike here, and all three of us make a half-decent marketer. But the problem we ran into then was we couldn't bring anybody with us. And what that means is you really can't duplicate what you've learned in 10 years or 15 years to anybody that follows you. And a lot of the gurus say, follow me and I'll make you rich. I mean, I'm sure some of them mean well, but the absolute truth is they can't do it. People cannot duplicate that. And getting traffic is one of the hardest things there is. Yeah, you can purchase it, but most of it's garbage. So we looked around for a business that, instead of bringing a bunch of people in and can't go with us, we stopped and we said, hopefully there's a business out there where everybody gets the same fair shake and they can be successful. And we were fortunate enough about 16 months ago to find that business, and we found a home. And today, Mike Ellis, my business partner, is going to explain the gist of this business and how powerful it really is, and show you that anyone, anywhere, in any country on this planet can finally be successful online from a home business. I'm going to turn it over to Mike Ellis.
Thanks, Marty. Thanks for the introduction. And I want to welcome everybody here, especially the new people that are here. Perhaps you're just starting to explore ONPASSIVE. And I'm going to share some really unique things that have never been done online or offline. And ONPASSIVE, it is an AI IT company, an artificial intelligence informational technology company. And as we think about the things they've done online, I'm going to go over 4 things right now. And I really want you to think about a company. And what if this company, as you came in and you started to participate with this company, what if it was a self-funding program? And what does that mean? You would pay once, you would never have to go out of pocket again. I like that. I really like that. What if this company, as you came in and again started to participate, they were going to force you to be successful? What does that mean? They are going to force you to make money. Now, I don't know about you, but I love that. Everybody loves that. Everybody likes to make money. If this company would force you to make money, they just made a really good friend. What if this company, as you came in, actually was going to help you build your business? And they were actually going to drive traffic for you. If you've been online for any amount of time, you know that driving traffic is probably the hardest thing you'll ever do. Getting good qualified eyes in front of what you're doing, getting them to come in, love it, join, and pay. If you can find a company that will do that for you, actually drive traffic for you, you need to jump in with both feet. What if there was a company that as you came in and customers started to come in, they treated the customers like royalty? And as the customers came in and started to use the products, number one, the products were superior. Cutting edge technology, nothing better out there. And the price point was better than anything else online. And as the customers come in, they really did treat them like royalty. If you can find those 4 things in any company, you need to join, because they will change your life. They will change your financial future. Today, those 4 things have come into fruition. They are a reality today in ONPASSIVE. This is some really, really cool things. What ONPASSIVE has done, they've made it 100% automated, 100% hands-free, 100% success rate, 100% done-for-you signups. As you look at ONPASSIVE, as you think about those 4 things I just talked about, you're going to realize that you've got a way forward to take care of that bottom line and make a difference in your life, for your family, yourself, your community. I want to talk about Ash Mufareh just very, very quickly. Ash is the CEO of ONPASSIVE. He is the brain trust. He is the visionary behind ONPASSIVE. And as he started to think about ONPASSIVE, his whole goal, his impetus, was to try and take care of the 97% of the people that come online, and for no fault of their own, they just fail. And what Ash wanted to do was take that 97% and turn that number around so that 97% of the people online succeed. Now, Ash has developed all the tools in ONPASSIVE with his team in Bangalore, India. They are 200 strong. They are growing every day. These individuals, these guys and gals, they are the best of the best, extremely bright. And every product that they've developed has been developed from the ground up. It is proprietary, and it is cutting edge technology. This is brand new technology. And as we think about the tools of ONPASSIVE, they started out with the automated marketing platform. And this automated marketing platform has all the tools we use to market online, anywhere from a server to a page builder to a funnel builder to an autoresponder to a communication module, really a whole business solution. And as we look at the tools of ONPASSIVE, again, they are proprietary, they are built from the ground up, and they are the best of the best. And Ash and his team have done such a good job with these tools. As we start talking about the customer side of ONPASSIVE, customers are just going to flock in. They're absolutely going to love these tools because they're the best, because of the technology. They're absolutely going to love it. So as we look at ONPASSIVE, how do we come in and start to participate with ONPASSIVE? Today there is an early bird position. It is the founder position. It is a $97 position. You come in, you pay the $97, and you are locked into ONPASSIVE. You are locked into the pay structure of ONPASSIVE. And that's what the $97 does. It also gives you the ability, if you want, to actually start building a team before ONPASSIVE launches to the world in 2020. ONPASSIVE will launch this year, 2020. And the founding position, when you pay the $97, it also gives you the ability to build a team. That's not something you have to do. Again, ONPASSIVE is automated, automated, automated. And you can come in, you do not have to sell, you do not have to recruit, you don't have to share anything. But later on, there are some tangible benefits if you share this with people, and I will go over that. So the $97, it locks you into ONPASSIVE, it locks you into the pay structure of ONPASSIVE. So how do we all come into ONPASSIVE when it launches this year in 2020? As ONPASSIVE launches, they can decide to pay us any way they want, and they have a pay structure that they're going to pay us with. But as we come into ONPASSIVE, we will all come in as customers. And the way it's going to work, there are 4 membership levels in ONPASSIVE, and in those membership levels, there is a product. There are products at each one of those membership levels. And as we come in and pick a membership level, we'll get a product series. We go in the back office, we click a button, and we all become independent resellers of the IT product. That gives ONPASSIVE the ability to pay us. Now, so how does ONPASSIVE pay us? The pay structure of ONPASSIVE, it is proprietary. I cannot talk to you about the pay structure of ONPASSIVE. And Ash does not want us to share this, especially on an open forum, because he doesn't want it out on the internet yet. But I can give you a couple examples of how we're going to get paid and what it's going to look like. Let's say you're a sales individual and you come in and you make 100 sales this month. you're going to get paid for those sales. You earned them, you're going to get paid for them. OnPassive is similar. As we look at OnPassive, we've come in, we're independent resellers of the IT product. OnPassive is going to go to the automated marketing platform and pull out one of those tools, and that tool is traffic. And they're going to start driving traffic for us, and they're going to start putting customers underneath each one of us. And as a customer comes in and lands under you, you're going to get paid for that customer. So OnPassive is going to drive the traffic, they're going to bring the customer in, they're going to put the customer under you, they're going to come in, love it, join, and pay, and you're going to get paid for that. I think that's absolutely awesome. And when you say OnPassive automation, that's what it is. OnPassive is going to do all of this for us. Now, I know the initial response out there is, well, you know, that's nice. OnPassive, they're going to put a dozen, 2 dozen sales under us. That's nice, but it's really not that much money. In order to give you the magnitude of what OnPassive is doing, I need to talk about the traffic. OnPassive is probably the best at driving traffic that I've ever seen. And about 3 or 4 months ago, they decided to test their traffic sources. And what they did, they set a goal. They wanted to bring in 1 million opt-ins. They didn't know how long it was going to take. It could be a day, it could be a week, could be a month, could be 6 months. They didn't know. And what they did is they opened up the spigots of their traffic sources. And they brought in 1 million opt-ins in 4 days. Now, when you start to think about that number, that is unbelievable. It's just absolutely awesome. That's the kind of traffic, that's the kind of volume OnPassive is going to be bringing into OnPassive for us. And as I look at the traffic that they ran 3 or 4 or 5 months ago, they were not using their AI, artificial intelligence. And when you pair those two together, the artificial intelligence and traffic, I think OnPassive could do that 1 million opt-ins in 2 days, maybe 1 day, maybe 12 hours, maybe 6 hours. And this becomes all about volume and the number of customers that OnPassive is going to be putting under each and every one of us. Now, at the same time, OnPassive is going to be bringing in additional independent resellers of the IT products. And I want to talk about that part of the business. Let's say you're a sales individual and you've got a territory, and let's say you're in the United States and you've got 3 or 4 or 5 states that you have to service. It's really, really difficult for one individual to do that. So you would go out and you would hire additional people to work those states. Now, those individuals that you hired, as they make sales throughout your territory, you get paid for that. That's a really, really big deal. And as we look at OnPassive, OnPassive is also going to be bringing in independent resellers of the IT products for us. So our team is going to be growing. Now, if you're an individual that wants to share OnPassive and grow their team before the launch of OnPassive, you can do that. And there's some tangible benefits there. Now, you don't have to do this, but if you want to do it, really, really some great tangible benefits. Let's say you go out and you get 2 or 3 individuals on your team. Let's say you've got 3 and you add yourself, that's 4. And then OnPassive starts to drive traffic for us. Because you've got 4 individuals on your team, as OnPassive starts to drive traffic for all of us, your team's going to go from 4 to 8 to 16 to 32 to 64. That's a really, really big deal. We had a gentleman in the leadership group who ran some numbers about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And his scenario was to have 40 individuals on his team. And once you got to that point, within 6 months to a year, you would have an income of $150,000. Now, we can't guarantee anything right now in OnPassive. We don't do that. This is real life. We just don't do it. But I've looked at the numbers, and I think those numbers are conservative. And if you can focus on getting 40 people on your team as quickly as possible, the next 6 months to a year, they're golden. They're really, really good months. So as you look at building a team and sharing OnPassive with other people, just bringing in 3 people, just doing very, very little can make a massive difference as OnPassive launches the world in 2020. Again, this is not something you have to do. If you want to do it, we can show you how to do it. But again, OnPassive is automated. You don't have to share, you don't have to sell. You don't have to do any of that. ONPASSIVE is automated. They will build your team for you. But if you decide to share it with individuals, once they see it and come in, the impact it's going to have on your bottom line, and that's why we're all here, is going to be extremely positive as we move forward into the launch of ONPASSIVE. So as we look at what we're doing, what ONPASSIVE is doing for us, what position we're in as a founding member, I really want to talk about the numbers a little bit, because the volume is so important as we come in, become founders, and then become a reseller of the IT product. And as we look at the numbers, I want to look at one other product, and there are dozens of products, and all these products, they are superior, they are the best of the best, they are cutting edge technology. But the product I want to look at is the communication modular that ONPASSIVE, Ash and his team have put together. As I look at this communication module, and as founders, we've had the opportunity to see some of it. This technology is so cool, is so big, that I believe as we launch, just this one product will literally take over the communication ecosystem online. I believe if you communicate online in the next, as ONPASSIVE launches to the world, and the next 2, 3, 4 months, everybody will be using this communication module. And a good example is the Zoom we're doing right now. Zoom is a pretty big player online. They do about 200 million Zooms a day. That's big. I don't know how many people are in Zoom. I don't know how many millions of people pay for Zoom, but it's a lot. And as we look at the communication module of ONPASSIVE, I believe within a year's time, I'm not sure Zoom will be in business. That's a really, really big statement. I understand that, but I believe it because I've seen what Ash and his team have done. The communication module with the webinar service and everything else that goes into it, it's unbelievable, guys. And when you think about the number of people from just the webinar service, if we think about Zoom and all the other webinar services that are out there, the millions of people that are going to be coming into ONPASSIVE, and I do believe it will be millions just with this one product. Think about us, GoFounders, independent resellers of IT products, and all these customers coming in underneath us. And think about that for a little bit. That kind of volume, what it's going to do for your bottom line, and how it's going to change your life. This is what ONPASSIVE is. This is what ONPASSIVE does. And as ONPASSIVE launches to the world, everything changes. I've talked about some really, really massive things today, right now. I want you to think about everything I've talked about, how awesome it is, how it's going to affect you. And then I want you to think about that one product, that communication modular. Just that one product would take ONPASSIVE to a unicorn company in a year. That's a company that has a value of $1 billion in 1 year. When we think about the whole community of ONPASSIVE, the whole ecosystem of ONPASSIVE, you can take that, multiply it by 10, and you still don't know the magnitude of ONPASSIVE. That's how big it is. I believe as ONPASSIVE launches to the world, the first day or shortly after that, it will be a unicorn company, a company that's value is $1 billion. This is so unique. This has never been done online before. ONPASSIVE is doing first throughout the history of business, online, offline. Really, really cool stuff to look at. I want to end with one more thing before I hand it over to Marty for questions. ONPASSIVE is doing some really unique things for the customers that are coming into ONPASSIVE. And I think about 80% of the customers as they come into ONPASSIVE, because the products are superior, because the technology is superior, they're going to come in, they're going to pay for the products, pay the monthly fee, and they're going to be fine with that. And it's going to be K through 12, it's going to be colleges, it's going to be businesses, it's going to be personal. ONPASSIVE is a total business solution. It is a total personal solution. Our market, because of what Ash has done, is about 4.5 billion people. And I think 80% of them will come on, use the product, absolutely love it, and will pay for it year after year after year after year. But ONPASSIVE has done something that it really shows the genius behind ONPASSIVE. There's about 20% of the customers that will come in and use the products of ONPASSIVE. And again, they're going to love the technology, they're going to love the products, and they're going to pay for it monthly. But their budget's a little tighter, and money is tight for them. And because of that, ONPASSIVE has made a way for them to come in, use the product, and over time, the cost of that product will go down. And over time, the cost of that product will be zero. And over time, ONPASSIVE will pay them to use the product. You've never heard of a company that's ever done that for their customers. ONPASSIVE, because of what they're doing, because of their uniqueness, they will be revolutionary as they explode online. And as you continue to explore ONPASSIVE, I want you to focus on those 4 things I talked about initially. Keep this very, very simple. As people come in, it is self-funded. They are going to force you to be successful. They will drive traffic to build your team. Customer is royalty. Just those four things that ONPASSIVE is doing for all of us. It will build a future for you. It will change your life. It will take care of your financial bottom line. Those financial burdens, I believe, will disappear. This is ONPASSIVE. They are changing lives. It is a reality today. It has come into fruition. And because of what Ash and his team have done, this year, 2020, it is going to be such a fun time for us. It's going to be a great ride for everybody that comes in, spends the $97, becomes a founder, and then just sit back and watch, buckle up. It's going to be a great ride. Marty, I'm going to hand it back over to you. Take it where you want. More than happy to answer any questions you all might have. Yeah, we're talking about ONPASSIVE. This is absolutely extraordinary. Marty, go ahead.
Thanks, Mike. Fantastic as always. Yeah, I want to put a little spin on what Mike said. I want you to picture that you owned a Walmart, and every time somebody walks past the cash register with whatever item they want, this doesn't have to be something you use. Every item they walk past and pay for, you get a small piece of the pie. And ONPASSIVE, unlike any other company, are sharing the wealth. So you have hundreds of cash registers, you have thousands, millions of people, many Walmarts, okay? So it's bigger and bigger and bigger. And every time that I've looked at this business, and every time we hear something new, it's so much bigger than I thought it was. And it's such a blessing to hear about something where finally, those people, no fault of their own, either the company was a scam or the pay plan didn't work right, the numbers didn't add up. There's finally a business that everybody gets a fair shake. And this is it. I've been online since 2004. I'm online all day long. There's nothing like it. I recommend that you get all the info that you want. Nobody's going to try to sell you on anything. We're going to offer the info. You grab that info, digest it, take it how you can, ask questions, then you decide. Dan, you have anything?
Yeah, I'll add a few things, and then we'll get some of the other leaders of founders involved too. I just think for all you new people that are getting involved here or looking at this as an opportunity to really take a look at a few things that we were looking at when I was looking at when I got involved with this company. And one of them is the fact that I kept looking at the failures that I'd made in the past with other online companies that I'd selected for one reason or another. It was their pay plan, or it was their products, or they had me purchase the product. They had made me recruit, or they had me purchase the product every month. And it got to the point where I couldn't afford that product, and they had some kind of a binary system that they set up for me where I had a runaway leg on one side, and then I had to try and keep up with that leg in order to get paid. So the qualifications for getting paid in a lot of these other opportunities I was involved with were unreal. They were unrealistic, and they benefited the company and not the 97%, which is what Ash is looking at. And so when you look at a company, when you look at a product, when you look at what I was looking at is couldn't be a copycat. It couldn't be a copycat, and something had to be unique about this company. And that company is ONPASSIVE because it does have real products. It has authentic products, as proprietary products, AI products, and these are products that people use online in businesses all over the world right now. Everybody is using these products right now, but they aren't using them. None of them are the quality or none of them are the quality of ONPASSIVE, and we just believe that with all our heart, just because of the fact that Ash is building these from scratch. He is building all of these products from scratch. So the next thing we looked at is the leadership, and of course, Ash. It's very evident that he's a class act, and his vision for ONPASSIVE. All of the founders here can attest to that. And from my past and looking at all of the leaders, they didn't have any experience. They didn't know what they were doing. They were just very inept, and they didn't give me any support. That's another thing. Support is huge with ONPASSIVE. And a few of the companies we were involved with, or I was involved with, were there was a limit. There was a cap to the amount that you could earn. With ONPASSIVE, there's no cap. That's unbelievable when you think about a product that has no cap and it has residual income where you just sell it once and it keeps paying you over and over and over again. The other main thing, and then I'll shut up, but this is key for me, is the fact that you've got people that you're getting a residual income with, and you've got unlimited income, but these people are not going to quit because of the fact that they're using these products every month, they're getting paid for them, and all their marketing is being done for them. There are no prerequisites. There's no pre-qualifications for being in ONPASSIVE. You don't have to go and recruit 100 people just to get paid. No, you pay one time, and the rest of your fees come out of the profits that are earned for you by the marketing that ONPASSIVE does for you. So I'm sold, and we would invite all of you that are new today to just really get a good appreciation of this company and spend the $97 and get in. Okay, Marty, back to you.
Thanks, Dan. Let me turn it over. We need a woman's perspective. Viviana, hello.
Well, I was just thinking about all these companies that are out there, these technology companies that we use. We use them, every day. One of them is Zoom. I mean, since this virus has started, how many people have joined Zoom? It could be schools, businesses, even family, just to communicate with each other because they can't see each other in person. So that's just an example of what kind of technology that we're working with. Well, ONPASSIVE has a communication platform that's superior to Zoom. And what the best part about it is that as we're using the products, we get paid to use these products. So coming in at $97 is a steal. You're a part of a billion-dollar company. When it launches, it's going to be huge, absolutely huge, and you get a piece of that little pie. So definitely come in and take advantage of this opportunity.
Thanks, Viviana. Redford's in the house. Red, what do you got, buddy?
Sorry, I was answering question and answers whilst you lot are talking. Anyway, yeah, actually, as I've been answering questions and answers, one of the prominent questions that people are asking is, how do I grow my team? And if I have people on my team, how will I be paid from them? Now, it's very, very simple. Anybody in your team, whether they come from Overflow, from the company campaign that they're running, or from your own endeavors, which means sharing this amazing opportunity with your friends and family, anybody that lands below you, you get paid on. It's as simple as that. There is no catch. There is nothing that you have to worry about. If they are in your team and they are under you, you get paid on them. People are saying, well, how do I build a team? Well, there's lots and lots of ways you can build a team. I recommend that you, get in contact with the person who invited you, so that is your sponsor, and ask for help. The other thing I recommend highly is join one of the many, many groups that are out there at the moment that are prepared to help you. At the end of the day, it's a team effort. Everybody who's in ONPASSIVE, it doesn't matter if they're in your own team or anybody else's, are there to help you, because together we will take the internet by storm. And at the end of the day, it is beneficial for absolutely everybody to share this amazing opportunity with everybody. So the more people you share it with, the more chance you have of having people join you, and of course you'll get paid on them. Obviously there will be other areas as well that people will come into your team, but again, what Marty said and Mike said earlier, you don't have to. This is all going to be done for you. If you're not a marketer, that's fine. I'm not a marketer. Mike and Dan, they make a great team together, but individually they're not marketers, but a team they are. And this is the beauty about ONPASSIVE. They are here for the 97% who can't market online. We are here as a family for everybody, to help everybody. There's no individuals. We are all one big team. Anyway, I'm going to get back to answering questions. Thanks very much.
Good job, Red. Thank you. Yeah, I saw the questions and I went, oh my gosh. Thanks for doing that. Yeah, like Red said, remember another way, like to make it clear, when you get in this, it's a one-time payment, like Mike said. Then the other payments every month, you're going to pay every month. You're paying the company to build an empire for you. You're paying them. The nice thing is you pay once. All of the other times you pay them, it comes out of the profit that you've made. It's beautiful. And if you want to grow a team, and you don't have to, you do not have to. That's why we joined this. You could send them to this Zoom. This Zoom is every week. You can send people here. We will build for you. That's what we do. That's what I love doing this, because it's the first time in my life that I actually am building a team that I can look in the eyes and say, yes, you're going to be successful, because I was never able to do that before. It was impossible, because this whole system, this whole company designed by Mufareh is duplicatable. The whole thing is leveraged by leveraging everybody else helping each other. It's amazing, amazing. The more I see it, I have sleepless nights going, my gosh, the effort of this person, this person, this person, it all adds into one big group. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Let me turn over to Daryl Cook.
Can you hear me, Marty?
Yes, sir.
Last week, I had about that much understanding of the machine that I got involved in. I got into a conversation with a professional marketer, and I was explaining what Mr. Mufareh has put together with ONPASSIVE. And this marketer explained it like this. You have a company, and companies around the world hire other companies to market for them. This company will hire this company that provides an emailer or a domain or whatever it takes to market and to make the marriage between those companies and the company that needs to market. Think what Mr. Mufareh has done, this marketer told me. If you can eliminate all of, get the other hand, all of this for this company, you'll basically rule the world. She said, if you can do this, you will absolutely dominate the marketing sector worldwide. Of course, that marketer now is part of ONPASSIVE. But now I understand exactly the power of ONPASSIVE. Then you harness that with the artificial intelligence, she said. It's crazy. It's crazy. So learn as you go. That's what I'm doing. I know very little about marketing, as Red said. Very, very little. But now I understand kind of what's going on in this whole this spectrum of marketing. So please just grab onto this horse as we've used that metaphor before. And just try to think of all the companies around the world who are trying to market their wares, their message, whatever it is. And we have the tool that they'll be able to harness for them.
Fantastic, Daryl. Exactly right. Exactly right. Before I found OnPassive, what do you have? AWeber. You have ClickFunnels. You have all these things you need, and that's just for marketing. And this thing covers so much more. OnPassive is so much bigger than just promoting or marketing. I mean, like you said, Daryl, you get online, you're getting on OnPassive in a very short amount of time. You turn on your computer, you're going to be part of OnPassive. You can be a spectator or you can be in now. That's exactly right. We have another guy here, Mike Hoard, my friend from California. Yes.
Yeah, hello, Marty. Yeah, thanks for having me on the call. So as you guys can see, I'm in the boiler room. I'm doing construction here again today. So, you know, my why is to create a retirement. I was set up pretty well in 2010, and I would have retired very nicely, but something happened. It was a kind of a natural disaster that ended up taking all of that away. So I was really looking. I've always been looking, and I've enjoyed network marketing, and so I was doing something, and I needed, I was about 90. I was at 3% at one point, but then that kind of started dwindling, and I was losing volume. I was losing the income was going down. So really, I was looking for something to market my company for me. Now, it's my internet unstable, introduced to OnPassive a little over a year and a half ago, and I turned it down because I was at that time doing well, and I didn't want any distraction for my business, for my team. I wasn't looking for another business. But then when someone else introduced it to me back in February and told me, look, they're going to do all the marketing for you. They're going to guarantee traffic. They're going to guarantee signups. I said, that's exactly what I need now. So I went ahead and joined, paid the $97. And at that time, we didn't have an information express highway like we have now to learn about what OnPassive was really the worth. So I started going on YouTube, started seeing Mike Ellis's videos on YouTube. I got a little more excited about OnPassive, and then I seen OnPassive Nation Facebook, and I'm watching Marty, every morning giving updates and getting on the calls with Ash, and I realized that the business that I was trying to build, I was stepping over dollars to pick up dimes. So I seen the value of building the business with OnPassive, and so as I started sharing it, I shared it with several people, had about maybe not even a dozen sign up, but you never know who you're going to share this with, who is going to take off and run with it. I have one person on my team who has over 100 founding members and growing every day, and that gal is here with us today, Viviana Rodriguez. I know that I'm finally set for retirement. I don't have to do this stuff. This is a laundry room that I've added for Viviana's mom and dad. I'm almost done. We're getting ready to finish that texture. I got a few pieces of sheetrock behind me, but it's like Saturday I got to go golf, and I thought, man, I want to do more of that and a whole lot less of this. So that's my why. Thank you, OnPassive. Thank you, Mike, Marty, and Dan for stepping up and helping us. These guys, they talk about leaders and helping. These guys are phenomenal. Thanks again. So thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hey, Marty, I'm gonna add a couple of things just very, very quickly, Marty. As we talk about OnPassive and you're coming in the back of your mind, please keep automated in your line of sight. OnPassive, it is automated. There are no qualifications as you come in. You don't have to sell this much. You don't have to recruit this much. As you come into OnPassive, it's not only automated, but there are no qualifications. And again, that's part of the genius of Ash Mufareh and his team. OnPassive literally was made for you. And as you continue to explore ONPASSIVE, and we all recommend you continue to do that, this thing just gets better and better and better. And what's really fun is your bottom line as you're looking at what's going to be happening in your life, it continues to look better and better and better. This is some really exciting stuff that's happening today. 2020, it really is going to be a year that I think the founding members will remember the rest of their life. Marty, go ahead. Anything?
Yeah, let's see. Have a chat with Paul Angus. Paul, is your mic on?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Hi, Marty. I hope you can hear me because I'm actually standing outside due to my poor internet connection. So I'm hoping can you hear me okay?
We can hear you.
Great, lovely, thank you. Just for the viewers, for the new people, I'm in my early 60s, and I looked at ONPASSIVE on the 23rd. Well, actually joined on the 23rd of December 2019, after ignoring it for 3 months from a friend of mine who said, "This is just what you're looking for," because I was looking for something else. I needed something else because at 60 years of age, I wasn't where I should be financially. And there's a lot of people like me out there in their 50s and 60s, and we just haven't made the money that we thought we were going to make. So by the time I looked at Mike Ellis's videos just before Christmas, I said, I'm going to get in now. And I joined on the 23rd of December. And there was only about 61,000 people, I say only, at that time in ONPASSIVE. And today there's like 170,000 just since I joined at Christmas. And as you all know, we've had the pandemic that's happened. So I ended up with 2.5 months out of work, off my job. I am back in my job, but I'm only back part-time. And the way it's looking, that the job might end this year. So looking at ONPASSIVE, compared to everything else I looked at, it was so simple. And I started to just say to people, have a look at this video, listen to Mike Ellis and see what he says. And I shared it with 26 people so far. That's turned into a nice surprise today. I went into my GoFounders back office, and there's now 100 people in my team, and they're in about 8 or 9 different countries around the world. And I think, wow, I've only been in this thing 6 months, and it's growing really fast. So what's the future going to build when I don't need Aweber, I don't need a ClickFunnels? I looked at all those things and I just found them very confusing. And I'm sure there's lots of people like me out there. So by the end of this year, it's looking a little bit shady for a lot of people, but not for us in ONPASSIVE. And I'm really getting quite excited now by looking at all the changes. So if you're new to this, there's nothing to risk, there's everything to gain. And as Mike said, it's fully automated. It does it all for you. And don't forget, we get paid daily, not like we do at the moment where we have to wait a month and get paid monthly. Imagine how exciting that's going to be. And I'm looking forward to ordinary people, ordinary families that are not marketers are going to be able to help a lot of other people saying, what, you've got money worries, you've got job problems, have a look at this. And they're going to jump on board the same as we did. It's just, you couldn't get simpler. It's absolutely brilliant. So thanks for allowing me to come on here tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul. There's Sean Cyrus is in the house. Sean, I know you have something to say.
Hello, hi everybody. How are you today? Good to see everybody. Yeah, man. You know, we are we're golden. We're just on the ride of our lives, and you know, for me, what really attracted me to ONPASSIVE, to be really honest, based on my experiences in the past, was the transparency of our CEO Ash Mufareh and the availability of our CEO Ash Mufareh. There was never a situation or how should I put this? There was never a situation or a corner that I turned, or I always had a direction and somewhere to go. And every time I needed some reassurance, Ash was always there to reassure us. He's consistent with his webinars. He's consistent with his information, and as well, he's consistent with his passion. And that's what really drew me and kept me more curious about this awesome business, because it was like no other. You know, we discussed recently having a checklist of things to look out for, things that we want to use as a measuring stick on a business that we should take part in. And when I tell you, ONPASSIVE has checked those boxes 10 times over, you know, and that was one of the main things for me, because, you know, a lot of people can talk a big game, but when you really, the time that I've got to spend the 2 years with Ash, and just to see the passion that this man has, and to see the heart he has and how much he wants to help every single one of us, it's just amazing, you know. And he does the work. He does the work. I've never seen him do anything off to anybody. He's I've never, it's unheard of a CEO who's there day in and day out, week after week, sitting with us and just showing that we're all the same. He's never felt above any of us. He's never shown us that. He's always shown humility. So he's really really solidified this thing as something to believe in, you know. So that's my main reason why I really fell in love with ONPASSIVE, the availability of our CEO, and also just his transparency. So that's all I got today. You guys are doing a heck of a job. This is outstanding. I wouldn't rather be anywhere else.
Thank you very much, Sean. Glad you could make it. Arthur Gully.
Wouldn't rather be anywhere else, Marty.
Yep, you're at the Golden Gate Bridge. What do you got?
Oh, I'm so glad I'm fired up. Being a part of ONPASSIVE. I like to keep it simple. And like I was saying the other day, keep it simple, Sam, keep it simple, Susie. My wife, for being in ONPASSIVE, is for 40 plus years, working, trying to build a business. I've always wanted my own business. I said, you know, you drive down the highway and you see these billboards with people's pictures on it, business owners, pastors of a church or whatever. And I said, one day my name and my face is going to be on one of those billboards, and it's going to be a big business. Well, with ONPASSIVE, that's already happening, right? As I speak. When you have an organization as big as we are, with almost 170,000 founders and leaders, to be a part of something like that is a dream in my past. I always wanted to be a part of something. That if you look at these tech companies out there, I don't know anyone that will come in like we are and be a part of the pay structure of it. Now, they're using these products and selling those products, but they're not making the money out of those products. Basically, they're just using them, and the company is taking the excess of the profits. Well, automation what got me when I first saw this, because everything I've done was multi-level marketing, network marketing, affiliate marketing, direct sales, and all of that stuff. But I've never seen anything included traffic, automated traffic, guaranteed traffic. Now, I bought traffic. It was just a waste of my money. And a lot of the companies I was working with, basically they give you a couple of websites, replicated website to use, and you put your name, your username on the end of it or in the beginning of it or something, and use a tiny URL or some short URL shortener, and forward it. Pretty websites, but no one, as far as up to this day, has ever given me all of this information and the technology and the tools and said, okay, we're going to pay and build your network and also promote your traffic. So I love this idea. I look at it like an ATM machine or some type of something out there that's automated, where you don't have to figure it out. You don't have to know anything about the mechanics of it. You just know it works and you just trust it. Well, I trust ONPASSIVE. I trust Ash Mufareh with his vision, because I've seen the difference. There's nothing comparable out there. And all the new people, my recommendation to you, if you've been in a day, if you've been in a month or a year or whatever, the thing is, educate yourself about the business on passive. Some people have questions, but before you ask questions, make sure you do your job. Go in and learn, because what you're going to find out is the same thing we're telling you. And the only way you're going to know it is to become a founder, because there's proprietary information out there in this business that we can't just go out and just start telling everything. So if you really want to know what we know, become a founder. If you want to sit around and wait for us to tell you everything, that won't happen, because we can only give you so much information. So the best thing is to come in and watch the webinars, go and do the videos, and learn. It's your business. And I appreciate you allowing me to speak. And I welcome each and every one of you, new, old, whatever. Thank you. We're all in this together. We're in it to win it. Thank you.
Arthur Gully, thank you very much. And we have, everyone knows her, and if you don't, you should, Sundor Hopkins. Why are you in ONPASSIVE, Cindy?
Oh my gosh, that's a loaded question, don't you think, Marty? Why wouldn't I be? When I was first introduced to it, I mean, I fell in love with it right out of the gate. And, you know, I'm a natural optimist, but also a realist, a little bit of a pessimist. I mean, you know, gosh, if it sounds too good to be true, you're going to check it out, which is exactly what I did. And I interviewed Mufareh. I did my research. What drew me to this wonderful, wonderful business of ours, of yours, Marty, of yours, Mike, and Dan, and all of you wonderful founders, is the same thing that drew you. And it's that we are not competing anymore with each other. We were all sick and tired of jumping in and making money off of the next person and then running out and trying to grab as many more people as we can. And then we didn't have time to help those that couldn't get people. This system is 100% automated, and I, as a marketer, everything I do will simply help the people that I've already introduced, just the same as it does with you folks. You know, ONPASSIVE Nation, everyone knows, is a phenomenal team, and the leadership is, you know, to die for, guys. And but there are so many wonderful leaders in ONPASSIVE, and that's the other thing that I loved. It's attracting people like our CEO. I mean, it isn't about Mufareh, although it is. I mean, it took his vision and his resources to make this come true. But who he has attracted are like thinkers. All of us, each and every one of us, you, and you all have the same vision that Mufareh has. We want to help people to financial freedom. And there's nothing better out there than helping them get to their goals while we're helping ourselves get to our goals. And so, you know, and fully automated, I mean, my goodness, and at $97, I mean, that's the part that I about fell over, that it was only $97 to be, you know, one of the first in. And I'll tell you, you know, as long as there's less than 1 million founders, hey, we've got nowhere to go but up, because it's a billion people out there that use the internet, and that's our market, all of them, and we're all users. And thank you guys, and thank you for having me speak. I appreciate it. And guys, if you're sitting on the fence, for all you prospects, trust it. Trust your sponsor. Trust these wonderful folks. Jump in. You know, it's a money back guarantee if you're not happy, for Pete's sake. You cannot lose. You will only love it. You'll see what we all see. Again, thank you, Marty. Appreciate it.
There's Cindy. Need I say more? All right, there's Cindy.
Marty, can I just say something a minute, please, if I can?
Yes,
I'm just running through the questions and answers. I'm not a secretary, but I'm trying my best.
You're doing a good job.
One of the coming up a lot is how do we answer people who are searching on Passive and GoFounders online and they find negativity? Well, I'd like to address this by saying a lot of the sites that use negativity for any online business are doing it for one reason and one reason only. They're all hooks. If you read most of the people who are saying negativity about ONPASSIVE, what they're doing is they're actually hooking you in so that you read, they gain trust of you as a person to read their blog or vlog or whatever it is they're doing, and right at the end, and lo and behold, they've got the new next best thing. Click on this link, pay up, and there you go again, wasting all your money to somebody that you thought was trustworthy. Now, this is quite a common thing online. Obviously, you're doing the right thing by doing your due diligence on any company, and you're right in what you're doing. But please, you need to take a lot of the things with a pinch of salt, because just because somebody's saying this doesn't actually make it true whatsoever. So just be very mindful that even though there is negativity out there, it's not necessarily true. A lot of the things, and if you look at the timestamps as well of when these articles were written, a lot of them were written a long time ago, and there's been a hell of a lot of water under that bridge since the time they were written, and we are still here, we're still building, we're bigger, better and stronger. So please take that with a pinch of salt. Thanks very much, Martin.
Amen, Red. I don't even deal with it. It's like kryptonite to me. It makes me weak. I don't even deal with it. Corinne. Hello.
Aloha.
Hello.
Aloha to everybody. And thank you for this opportunity. I'd like to greet all the founders, of course, you know me with my sharing the breath of love with everybody, but I would like to greet all the newcomers, all the interested who are here today. And I would like to share my perspective and how I got across with ONPASSIVE in relationship with ONPASSIVE, because this is a relationship to me. This is a soul business. And I got across with a friend who just asked me, are you interested in a futuristic solution? That was the only question I got across. I didn't see any presentation. I didn't talk to anybody. But I listen to my heart. I just know that I don't know anything. That's what I know. I don't know anything about IT and AI and all these things. I'm an offline coach, let's say. Of course, I have a bit experience on online as everybody in this cycle, but the heart space, the heart resonance, I felt in my heart the resonance. And you know why? Because ONPASSIVE is not only a superb IT technology company, but it is an intelligent and artificial intelligence with heart. Read my lips, would say Ash. Read my lips with heart. The heart space, the loving space, this spice of love. This is what got resonance with me. And I invite you to listen to your resonance, not to your mind, which says, oh, you have done these experiences, we have been hurted, we have been disappointed. Yes, we have all done these experiences. But this experience, which we are ready and yet to do, is new. Is something you haven't even thought about, because we cannot think about it. It's something totally new, futuristic. So I'd like to invite you to really listen to your body intelligence, to your heart, and feel maybe the longing of success, of sharing, of helping others, because ONPASSIVE is really this magnificent movement to help others, to help themselves, and share this help for others. That's so easy. And what's it all about? We are responsible for everything that happens out there. Everybody is responsible. I feel that. I'm responsible. I'm responsible because I'm part of it. So I'm responsible to change it. I am the change myself. Just as Gandhi said, be the change yourself if you want to change the world. So I invite you to be the change yourself, to change your paradigm inside you, and let go your limitations. Whatever you are stuck with, just listen to your heart and you will feel indeed. I tell you, close your eyes, listen to your body intelligence, listen to your heart, and just sometimes this little voice is not that loud, but it says, yes, go for it, go for it. We are ready to change the world in a better one. And that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Corinne. And now, what about Jeffrey, the Magic Morlock? Yeah, Jeffrey, give us some knowledge here.
Oh, wow. I cannot believe this wonderful, wonderful webinar. First of all, Marty, I'm telling you, you guys are on fire. We are in good hands today. I am loving listening to everybody, and I am absolutely just in love with ONPASSIVE. Like my friend Corinne just said, you know, listening to her heart. I am an advocate of that, of going with your tuition or intuition rather, and just really your gut. You've got a tiny brain there that lets you know what's right and wrong. And go with your gut with ONPASSIVE. I know that when I first started this thing, I was drawn in by Mr. Mufareh as well. When I first listened to him live on those webinars so many months ago, I had two thoughts. First of all, somebody else needs to give these webinars. And second of all, this man has got a pure heart of gold and I'm in, I don't care. And that's what really started me going. He drew me in with his heart. But I gotta love your analogy a little while ago when you opened up, Marty, that you said this was like Walmart, and we have customers that will be funneling through the lines, and we won't know 99.9% of them, but we will get a piece of whatever they're buying or the profits from that, courtesy and by the grace of ONPASSIVE and what Mr. Mufareh started here. I loved what Mr. Angus had said. He was talking about trusting the system and becoming a founder and joining and seeing it from the inside out. Absolutely true. Sean Cyrus, who I love. Hello, Sean. Good to see you up here. You know, he talks about the consistency and the transparency of what we have going on here, which is unheard of. It's unparalleled in any online business that I have ever been in. To me, ONPASSIVE is the pearl of great price. It is the one that, when I found it, when I got involved, I gave up everything else. And I let it all go. Got rid of, I was working 3 or 4 other programs, some of them pretty big, legendary, CTFO, things like that. Let them all go by the wayside. This is it. What, lock, stock, and barrel. Mr. Cook, Daryl had it right. You know, when he said, you know, we're in it, we're going to rule the world. He is absolutely right. The size and the digital footprint of our ecosystem and our digital marketing platform is so big that we have literally within our grasp and available to each one of us and each of our members coming in as we do progress to launch. We've got something that is literally an abbreviation of the online digital world, and everything that we need to run a business, to build and maintain it, we've got, and we've got in spades in one roof under one umbrella, with the lowest price or the lowest fair market price anywhere on the globe. We're so outstanding in so many areas, nobody can touch or compete with us. It just can't happen. And Red, Fern, man, love you, brother, hear from you. Key tells me about you all the time. You know, when Fern was talking to us about that negativity as being a tactic, oh, are you kidding? Absolutely, it's a tactic. That's all it is, but you'll never see anything like that emanating from ONPASSIVE. We don't concentrate on it. We don't focus on it. We don't look at it. We know that that's not part of who we are and the culture that we're providing and growing. And negativity is not something you'll see or hear coming from us. And not only that, we really won't tolerate it. So please keep it away from us. We don't want that either. And you know, there was some other folks talking about the money. Even Viviana saying, hey, this whole thing, it's a steal at $97. Well, you know, when you start to look at the pay plan and you realize it's global, it's residual, it's affordable, it's automated, it's scalable, and it pays on every transaction. It doesn't have any withdrawal fees. It's unlimited earnings. and it has instant access to all the payments, and you don't have to get any kind of approval to get those payments, and they're in real time, brother, sign me up, because I have never in my life seen anything like this. Never heard of anything like that. I'm not a marketer. I don't know what it is to have whatever those funnels you guys were talking about. I'm sorry, it's not me. But OnPassive is me, and I love it. We can all be a part of this thing, and man, I am so in fire to win it. And I'm just grateful to you, Marty, to you, Ken, Dan. I mean, the whole team here, everybody. Man, if you're not loving life with this, you ain't loving life. And if you can't make it with OnPassive, buddy, I'm sorry, you got very little chance of making it anywhere. So God bless you all. Thank you. I appreciate your allowing me to speak a little bit here, and I'm going to give it back to you. This is your show, but phenomenal job. Thank you for allowing us all to be such a great part of this.
Jeffrey, this is your show too. In fact, you just stole it. So, anyway, fantastic, Jeffrey. I mean, absolutely. No, I think the more the merrier, the more people that speak about this, because everybody's perspective on how we see things is totally different, but yet it's the same. You know, Cindy was saying, no, there's a lot of names of groups, but we are one family. I mean, we just are. I don't care who I talk to at OnPassive. You know, I never hear anybody, well, who's this and who do you belong to? I don't belong to anybody, okay? We belong to each other. Everybody tries to help each other. What I don't know, I go ask somebody that does. I mean, that's just part of life. We don't know everything. But as a team, we're unstoppable, for sure. And the team can't be big enough. So if you see this and you're interested, you say, you know, I don't know. Listen, what I did when I saw this and saw everything, I said, maybe I didn't know everything about it, but whatever they had, whatever that craziness they have, I want it. And then I learned as we went. Exactly right. Exactly right. Eva Farbus, can you talk to us a little? I don't know if I unmuted you.
Yes, hi Marty. Good evening, everybody. Greetings from Cape Town. Great to see you all. Great to see all of you in live. Well, my camera is disabled at the moment, but greetings to everyone, and it's a fantastic webinar. Thank you so much. I think first time it was so great. I'm very excited, and the reason why I started as a founder with GoFounders, because I have been offered a place on the rocket ship back then in 2018, and I never asked which place or which seat is mine, but I jumped on it. And I was very curious what it's all about, because at the time we didn't know that much. So I dived right into it, and I find myself in the middle of it. Actually, I find a business in the bag. And this business is for everyone, for business owners, online, offline. It is a business for everyday person. So if you want a great future, if you want to base your financial situation on the rock solid foundation, this is the time. We have the biggest gift of life in our hand. So we're sitting on a diamond mine. Soon we will dancing, all of us, because it's gonna be a lifelong journey. So get ready and buckle up. This was not made to last 6 months or 3 months or a year or so. This is for a lifetime. And as we know, our dear CEO, Mufareh, is a one big heart. He made everything with his soul, with his heart, and he has been given up so much of his own life, his family life, and everything else. He's doing it for us, for every single one of us. It is gonna be the greatness for the whole humanity, and the system is unbelievable. Our ecosystem, the AI, the technology, this is the future. And we just tipping in to the future, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. But besides that, I had the opportunity in the past 2 years to meet many people, also with a big heart. I find beautiful friendships around the globe, and this is the love which is actually brings all of us together. All I can say, this is the happiest ride of my life this past 2 years, and the big things is ahead of us. And aloha, Corinne, and I'm really so glad to be a part of it. This is a worldwide movement, and just try to reach out to others and grab some hands with you and bring them to our family, and let's go forward together. That's all I can say. Thank you, Marty.
That was fantastic, Eva, or Ava. I never know if I say that right. Thank you so much. Everybody, I'm blown away. I'm usually not speechless, but I am. My cup runneth over, if you know what I mean. So if you want to know information, get back to the person who invited you. We will be here same time next week. I would recommend very highly, bring a friend, bring a guest. People are hurting. There's a lot of darkness in the world, and ONPASSIVE could be that light for you. Anyway, I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for being here. Fantastic. And although I'm new to this, it worked out fairly well. So thank you very much until next time, and God bless everybody.